Showing you inside the Best 5 Members Lounge, okay, all right? If you look up here, Best 5 Members Lounge, right, okay? All right, I'm going to show you. This is at 5:10 p.m. this afternoon. I've made this 2-minute statement to Best 5 Member Lounge members.
Furthermore to Pakenham Race 4, and it's good that you guys get this insight about how we think. It makes you think better about racing. As soon as I start looking at this race after Melbourne guys being so confident about Bruckheimer, I've gone to the favourite. It's 2.35. It occupies more than 40% of the betting market.
I just want to say one thing, guys.
Which makes it
I just want to say one thing. It's really important, all right, it's really important you take into account the context of this whole conversation, where 15 seconds in to when I start to tell members about I want to query Melbourne guy over wanting Bruckheimer on top in this race after I've looked at the favourite. Listen, and then you get the context of the story through the rest of my different phones when I've got different shit loading. Here's phone 1, here's phone 2, right? Until I get to a final decision. So this plays out brilliantly over the next 12 minutes. This is an education of the information you get inside the Punters Lounge every day when you're playing Best 5 as a bonus.
Very important commodity in the makeup of how this race plays out, right? Now, with that in mind, I look at the horses superbly bred by Extreme Choice out of a War Champ mare, right? Hasn't been gelded yet. 3-year-old colt, nice type, tongue-tied first time, resumes since August. You know, the 2 jump-out wins have been exemplary. The recent one over Another Prophet and Royal Insignia, other good types further back, suggests it may be black type on the mate. If that's the case...
Punters, let me hold for a second. Let me hold for a second there, punters. Right, so then after I finish that conversation, here's the jump out.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to rewind a little bit. I think I've got a slight suspicion this may be hacking up, punters. Let's go back and watch how quickly it led. Natural speed on the front, punters. Natural speed by Extreme Choice out of a War Chant mare. Good natural speed, punters. Let's remember these horses that finished second and third.
You tell me, punters, where you're fucking finding this quality of information on a daily basis. Watch, this is a classic example of how I find a horse right through this process as I talk it through to punters in the lounge live.
In this, make this horse look well above average. I said before I watched this video in the members lounge that what I saw from the form, this horse may be black type on the mate, right? Reading says it. Good hit out. Punters, look at that margin. Look at the way it lengthens. It's actually a good horse. They close home. There's the issue, alright? As you do everything on the fly, so that's a question. Will it get the 1200 in race 4? Is $2.35 worth that? Something that is important, what's happening after the line, right? It's still in front after the line, even though it was pushed out.
Punters, this is key. I talk about this a lot. What happens 100 metres after the line? What happens 200 metres after the line? Now, if you think back, right, to when this horse was being pushed out on the wire as the closers started to chase it down close home, right, you think, fuck, it'd be 50 metres behind after 100 metres behind the line. Look, it's still in front.
After the line.
So that hit out at the end, right, that hit out, that tells me, as an experienced video watcher, that hit out at the end tells me that was about giving the horse air, extending it just that little bit more, you know what I mean? Getting it ready for the first up tilt. It never needed to lead today. We saw that in the replay. It got hung up on the inside waiting for the fucking high school dance, but the boyfriend never showed up. Had to bustle its way out and win like a good horse, you know? Had 6 lengths on him. Listen to the rest, punters.
So I'm happy it gets to 1200, punters, alright?
Right, so that's that, right? I've said I'm happy it gets to 1200 because I've explained what happens after the line. Let's go back, listen to the rest of this.
That justifies the 2.35 here. If the 2.35 is justified, then that makes it harder to find a reason to get this horse beat. It becomes about how much upside does this horse have versus 12 time for Barker, the debut runner. But I think Bruckheimer, Lady Potato Head, I'm going to go have another look at Lady.
Pause. Bruckheimer and Lady Potato Head get mentioned because they're the two horses that Melbourne Guy wanted to be on. And that's what brought me to this race, to look at those horses, to find reasons to either back them or sack them. And at the end of the day, when a horse is 2.35 at the top of the market, occupying more than 40% of the market, that's the first horse you look at, naturally. And you qualify to a par level of the race. The tag, right? Lengths above par. Go and watch the videos I do on how I frame race markets, and you'll understand that concept better. It's fucking brilliant. It's key if you want to learn. I'll keep playing.
Lady Potato Head, and deeper into the race. But at the moment, no strings attached, puts his hand up and says, I'm a potential black type horse that's bred to be a black type horse in a maiden at Pakenham on a Thursday night for a 40k tag. Well, punters, that puts it 6 to 8 lengths above the par. I'm not saying it'll run 6 to 8 lengths above the par, but if that's true, or everything that I put together there in that little summation, you've seen enough videos that I've done on how you frame a market. You can't find reasons to beat that when it's so far in front of the par.
Honest. Makes common sense, doesn't it? All right, so you saw the first jump out that I wanted to show you and why I thought it was black type, and then the sirens went on. This is a jump out prior.
Punters, this is a trial prior.
Hold on. Also, I want to say from my other phone, because my A phone is busy uploading other content across platforms. This is how busy I get, punters.
Let me get it. Put it on my mouse. I've got so many screens. Alright, so this is a trial prior. This is no strings attached. Here, out the back. Starting to come on now, here. Alright.
No strings attached. With also
here it comes, starting to run on now.
Straight. Further back is out wide.
Hits the front with Mr. Nunez, runs about. This is a trial prior, remember. Puts his gap back to the rest. This is another strong trial. Mr. Nunez, great yardstick.
Got to get on the winners now before I'm gone, punters.
I think what we saw in that earlier trial I showed you, the trial after this one, where it kept the margin after the wire, is really important. I'm going to talk about that text-wise, but I think we can back this horse with confidence.
So how's that, punters? Right? Put that into consideration. They've listened to this 2-minute call here, right? Here. Right. Then they've watched this first video that I was talking about in this call, right? Then on the back of that, I then chime in from phone B. 8 minutes later, look at the time difference, punters. 5:17, 5:25, right? 8 minutes later, in the time this is uploading, I've recorded this and I've started to load it live. This is dedication, punters, right? Different phones, remember? Then we get to 5:26. After I've thought for a minute, look at the time, 5:25 to 5:26. You tell me where else on the planet you get this. And look at all the likes, punters. This isn't people going, oh, this guy's got no fucking idea. This is me in complete control. Here's what I say at the end about this horse.
All right, punters, I'm going to make the case for overturning Melbourne Guy in Pakenham Race 4. He wanted to go Bruckenheimer and Lady Potato Head, both 7.0. If you've listened to the audio, 28% of the market, combined 3.7. I don't think that's good enough to beat No Strings Attached.
And yes,
superbly bred by Extreme Choice out of a War Chant mare. The second dam brings in a distaff side pedigree that is really important for me. I think this horse is well. Punters, this is a trial prior. I'm going to show you this.
I'll just say this. That's why I'm so fucking good at what I do, because I smoke weed. Listen to the rest of this, right?
Well bred, I think there's more to come for it yet. Just let me go back to the second dam. Second dam by foreplay. Danehill over procrastinate. All right, this is a family of Flying Spur. Anytime I see procrastinate on the Distaff side of the pedigree, especially being the dam of a stallion like Foreplay, who is so underrated, but he's a good broodmare sire, like Flying Spur. That makes her siren stand up. That dam, Placidia Mint, she was smart. She was a stakes winner. She won the Listia when it was a Group 3 over 1400. If you watch the videos of showing of this horse, they're pretty good.
Punters, what you need to understand about what I'm saying here, if you're new to the game, this is me re-qualifying my thought patterns about what I've seen visually, and now I'm adding extra ticks while I'm thinking about it, talking to you guys, doing this on the fly. Remember, this goes live to Live Trader as soon as I finish. Listen to the rest.
Pretty good. The form through third and fourth in the latest jump out is sensational. Says this horse is black type. If that's true, I said it earlier, I think it's confirmed now. It will be winning here, and it will be winning with a bit in hand. I don't want to get too confident, but it should be winning with a bit in hand. 2.2's value, all right? It's 2.4, 2.35 at the moment. Just, if I was running best 5 today, this would be in.
You heard that, punters? You heard what I just said at the end. If I was running best 5 today, this would be in, all right? This is on the back of going 2 days, none from 5. The first time ever in the history of best 5. This is me reproving to myself that I am the fucking best at what I do, all right? Occasionally you need to check yourself, punters. You even do that when you're the best at what you do and you proclaim it, all right? You put yourself to the test. And this is what people say in response. Here, these 10 comments. Fire, love hearts, thumbs up, and bat and ball, because they know I love my cricket, right? Punters, we're fucking winning. We're the best on the planet. No one else can do this kind of content. Show me anyone else on the planet that is giving you the quality of content that I'm giving you. $9.90 a day. We win when you win. Best 5, all this, everything else in the lounge. You get to meet the TWF dancing girls. Tree workers are kept outside by TWF security. We win when you win. Thank you.